Yo, what's going on? This is Out of Out Podcast, back with another podcast. What's going on, mother?
Nothing much, son. How's everybody doing?
How are y'all doing? Last time my energy was a little low, but I was more so worried about what this week was gonna look like. I had to make sure I had to get something to eat. Tablet was about to die, so I didn't know how long we was gonna last. And I was just trying to, and I realized we didn't even talk about what
What
we
we
admire
admire.
about it.
Exactly. It just popped up in my head,
And I
too.
was like, dang, we just let that get away in front of
Yes, we
us.
did. But good thing that we get a chance to do it twice.
Yeah, we get a chance to do it twice.
So,
I'm gonna go first.
yes.
One thing that I admire about you is your confidence. So even though you know, like, you, what did you say? How you know you always been this young girl in mind and or whatnot, and even with you cutting your hair, it was like, okay, so what? It's just my hair. I'm still voodoo, and it's just like, okay, I see where this is where I get my confidence. Then I start remembering, people gonna be like, you short, so you're gonna hear that all your life. So long as you know about yourself, it really don't matter. And I was like, dang, now that makes sense of why you were saying that so much.
Yeah. Thank you. And it's experience because all my life I heard from when you were born, you were tiny, and
Mhm.
I was always small and things like that. But that didn't define who I was because my appearance.
Right.
So for me, appearance is nothing. I mean, you telling me something that I already know about myself, and then on top of that, it doesn't phase me,
Mhm.
because I know who I am and whatever. So yeah, thanks for that. The thing I admire about you the most, let's see, I probably didn't say it all, but that it's your dedication to us, basically, the dedication that you have to continue to have a son and mother relationship.
Mhm.
I think from other cultures and mothers period that we fear that a woman gonna come along and take our baby away. You know what I'm saying? But your dedication with our relationship is a constant thing that I admire, and I'm not jealous of you sharing your time with anybody else, because you always make time for me. So I'm always the number one. Don't This doesn't mean that I don't understand that at one day I won't be number one,
Mhm.
but I know regardless of whomever she is that come along, she will be number one, and as long as you treat her like you treat me as your number one, then I did my job.
Mm. Thank
That was deep, wasn't it? You think that was deep? That
you.
was
Mhm.
deep, yeah. So, but honestly, yes, because I've been saying that from day one that I want to raise you, um, so another woman will have a great man that I was seeking. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And now uh, that I'm married, I didn't seek him. He
Mhm.
found me. So once I got that concept out, then I allowed someone to find me and me instead of me finding somebody. So hopefully you will seek that woman, and that what I'm saying, and you looking for those qualities that you see in me or whatever the case may be, then it should be great.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that.
No problem.
It's funny you mentioned that because with the girl that picked me up,
Mhm.
I thought like we had different plans, but
Mhm.
it was like since I was so relaxed, I didn't have the energy to get up and go or do nothing like that. And us discussing, I realized, like, I know we was gonna start talking exclusively and stuff like that. I realized I'm not ready. So I told her, I was like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm really ready to sacrifice or give up my time and space and things. She was like, I realized that, but then again, she also felt like once I came home, it was great, but it's like we talked a little bit. Then Thursday, you went to sleep early, and that just didn't sit well with her. And I was like, yeah, I'm, I really don't know what went through her mind, but it was
Mhm.
like she knows she been there before. She said
She has that feeling like been there before.
yeah, she did the long distance relationship before,
Mm.
and then she also did when somebody else is busy, she gotta occupy her time, and she didn't really like that feeling, and it was like a trigger for her.
Yeah.
And
It probably felt like she was doing more sacrificing than you,
probably
than the other person, not just you, but in the past relationship.
what she was,
Yeah, and then
and
and
then
then it would be the same with you.
yeah, yeah, I was like, I really didn't know what to say because it was we only had so many few days, and the next it would be 21 more days.
Right.
So it was just like, uh, I was like, if you generally do what you generally want to do, and I asked her, what do you generally want to do? She was like, part of me is like, just do me. I was like, do it. I was like, that's what you genuinely want to do you? And she was like, not talking, but it was just like not taking nobody in the top priority. And I realized it's still career first,
Mhm.
and it's like I don't have no woman up achieving above that, and it's just weird. It's just weird that you said that because it's like when I was like I just been home and been in the living room with my mama just chilling, making sure I just spend some time with her because I don't get that time that much often. So I just been in the living room. She was like, oh okay, but it was just like in a sense it's still excuses,
Yeah.
but it's like I wasn't been on my phone or things like
Mhm.
that. It was either investing and stuff like that, but it haven't been like, hey, what you doing and stuff like that. It just been more so in my own zone,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was like, yeah, I guess I'm really not ready to just take it up another level after friends,
Mhm.
cause
Yeah.
I'm still in the. It's either gonna be as cool or as cool. I guess that's just how I see it right now.
Oh yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you have the rest of your life to, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying, get involved with all the grown up stuff. And this is the time that you need to be free. You know what I'm saying? You just now starting your career. So 2 years into your career on, whatever this, working on the driving, truck driving, and the clothing business, and your stock. These are things that you're passionate about,
right.
and a woman is just not one of it. You just
No.
stay in the friend zone. You like to.
Yeah,
Don't get me
I
wrong.
think I enjoy the
You
friend
like your
zone.
daddy. You like the enjoyment of a female companion,
Yeah,
but just on a friendly basis.
yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. And then in her case, because I'm a woman first,
Mhm.
she's saying you're a mama's boy.
Probably. That's cool.
Yeah. I know. I mean, that's cool. You don't care what they identify you, but as a woman perspective, son, you know, they like, nigga, you 23. Excuse me, we're friendly. Sorry, y'all. You 23 years old. You need to be out your mama house. Da 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 da. Especially when they out. You know
Well,
what I'm
she not
saying?
out, so
Well, and that's great. But if you have the fortune, fortunate enough to stay at home and be at home, that's great. And I think that's what our culture, uh, all around, forget that at 18 you still a child. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? You still got some more guidance and life experience to learn. And if you go out there and mess something up, as long as you at home and you know what I'm saying, you still have that safety net. But when you out, in some of your friends' situation, you know how it is when they
Mm.
don't have that parent that they need at that moment. It's like I can't go. You know what I'm saying? There's always that possibility I can't go to them. So um, it's funny because again, like I say, I didn't say it before on one of our out of our podcast how I determined men that I dated, because I was out the house.
Mm-hmm.
I had my own. I had a son. I had you to raise. So therefore, I was like, why are these men not being, being this way? But as a mother, now I understand why some of them are at home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, their cases wasn't like yours. I know that. They were just at home working or whatever. They just want some of them just wanted to be at home and I ain't never going nowhere. you know, some of them were in their 30s and still at home, and I felt like that right there was just way too old to still be at home unless something happened. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And they had to move back in. So um, that's a, that's okay, but it's just how I think what the most important thing that I want to get across, and for those that are listening, the important thing is why are you at home? And if you have some goals and stuff driven, depending on what you dealt with in past relationships and where that person at in their time in their life when you meet them.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be, because she had that past long distance relationship, that's not for her at this moment. And that doesn't mean that it won't come back around and y'all get back together, because that happens as well.
Yeah. And I was just like, just getting that little taste of shutting my brain off and not having, like, not having to worry about getting the video done or anything, not having no priorities of besides focusing on Chase and
Hmm.
resting. That's all I cared about.
Yeah. And
And
that's
just getting that taste of that, it was just. And when she was like, she explained how she felt. I didn't even have no energy to rebuttal or say no. It was just like,
you left her hanging.
I, I guess in a sense,
Yeah. You kind of
cause
left her.
even
You left
cause
her hanging.
I had plans Sunday, but I checked the weather Saturday and it was gonna rain.
Mhm.
And what I had planned for was, uh, I had to go by Walmart, go get a cooler. I was gonna get strawberries. I was gonna get mangoes. Um, mangoes, I know we was gonna have to cut up, so I was gonna have to get a knife and a cutting board. Strawberries and grapes,
Mhm.
and then we was gonna get two journals, and we were just gonna write down the basics of name, birthday, favorite color, favorite things to do, our favorite hobbies, our 5 year plan, what's our priorities now,
Mhm.
and we were just gonna discuss, and that's what it was gonna be. We was gonna be at the Clinton Library just discussing those things. So once I found out it was gonna rain, it was just like. So when we talked, when she got off Saturday night, it was just like, just stay home and relax.
Mhm.
And she was just like, she's so she's disappointed. What's that?
Money from Papa for my daddy.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it was just like, just stay home and relax. And her whole thing was, she took off. She was been expecting this, and it was just like, I see. It was like in the sense it was like I still see it, but I didn't feel it. But it was just like the whole point of me was coming home just was to see her, cause I was gonna stay on the road until I just blew over.
Right.
Cause it was like, what's the point of relaxing if I ain't gonna be able to do nothing anyway? I might as well just be on the road.
Mhm.
So it was like it was still kind of like 50-50, So I still couldn't make it rational. So
Mhm.
it was still like, we both, just the whole reason why I came home too. So it's like, I didn't want to make it about me. And I wanted to still make sure her feelings and understood where she was coming from. So it was just still just holding myself accountable and just accepting that I disappointed her
Yep.
and things like that. So we talked, and I just told her, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not ready." And she was like, "Yeah, I know that." I,
Yeah.
she
When
was like,
you
"I felt
counsel
that."
that, yeah, she felt what she was feeling all along,
Yeah,
and you just said it to just confirm what
yeah.
she already knew.
And I was just like, "Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go back to what I was doing, what I wanted to do at the beginning of the year. Just focus on me and don't talk to nobody for right now."
Yeah, it's best
Cause
because
21 days, 5 days can't do. I mean, yeah, it's cool to
it's
meet somebody,
possible.
but
Yeah, it's possible though because
you
if
want to know what's funny?
what
Part of me just feel like somebody gonna come along and be like, "Let me go with you. I can do everything I do online. Let me go." And then it's just gonna be like, okay, how you gonna make your money? Oh, I do, la la la. All I gotta do is tell them da da. And it's just gonna be like, you're a self-independent woman that don't rely or is not codependent in certain things. It's
you
just that.
looking for that strong woman.
I guess so.
That's all that is.
I guess
But
so.
that's what it is. You looking for that strong woman to where that she ain't sacrificing nothing. She doing it because she wanna spend time with you, not because she have to.
And I think that's what it. I think that's what it is. It's like somebody that genuinely wants to do it instead of looking at
Let it like it's a
like
crutch.
it's yeah. It's like it's coming with disappointment, and dang, it's like
It's like
go do.
waiting on a
Yeah,
man.
it's
She
like
ain't. She not waiting on a man. She taking action.
yeah.
You need somebody that's proactive, or you know what I'm saying?
I
Or
think that's what it is.
yeah. So
Cause like even when talking to different women and hear how reactionary they are, it just turns me off a little bit. it just be like, ugh. It'd be like, ugh, and it just be like, well,
you just got to think about how they were raised.
I
That's where you
I,
need to
I
start.
do I do
Yeah,
ask.
you need to
I
start
start.
asking the relationships with their mom and their dads.
It don't be
If
so
they don't
good.
have
It
no,
don't be so good.
so
It don't be so good.
so
And
they
it,
looking for
and then
something
again, it
different.
still be like, dang, you don't have that type of bond where it's like you want to create that family structure. You just want to start. Well, I'm gonna just start from here and just it just be like, ugh. I don't know. It look ugly, and it just be like, mm, this that's the ultimate wealth. That's how you reach the holy trinity of just having that bond with you, the mother and dad, and it just be a disconnect. So it's like it don't really be no balance within. So
Yeah.
it just be like it's gonna always be unproportioned. And I was like, do I really want to put in the time?
Well, look at it like this. Um, if it's not a close relationship, don't. I know you're not basing it on the parents being in the household because
Hmm.
you were raised in two different households,
Correct.
two different statewise, right?
Correct.
And but you looking for the bond on
Hmm.
each. But in some cases, this is why some people, or a lot, I'm gonna say 90% of teenage pregnancies, that's mainly what you get. You know me, I be watching these shows on paternity. Y'all, I'm in it. This COVID-19 got me in it. But the paternity court shows, the thing that Judge Lauren Lake always to say, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna get the same results, and then you're gonna be back in my courtroom. So if you don't understand about all this humping,
Hmm.
and you already having a a type of relationship where the daddy is accusing the mama of being, sleeping around and vice versa.
Hmm.
So y'all don't have that respect on one another, and you bring in a baby in the world. So when you bring the baby in the world, it makes it even difficult because somebody's not doing their job.
Hmm.
But why though? Well, you never got a chance to get to know that person. In your case, when you do ask about their relationships and stuff, it's something that they probably don't even know themselves. You know what I'm saying? Um, and a lot of us just go through stuff on our own. We learn things on our own. So I think if even though their relationship is not good, you're gonna find somebody out there that wants to stop that uh,
Cycle.
cycle. Yes, and say something that's gonna intrigue you and be like, oh, this might be the one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Then they I think. I mean, I ain't gonna say contradict because I don't mind someone contradicting themselves. They say something that's hypocritical. That's what bothers me.
Like example. Give me an example.
Um,
Give us an example.
I'm. I can't. Me and my dad has a rocky relationship, and then they'll talk about their friend with. I don't understand why her and her dad just won't solve the issues and put that ego to the side. And I was like, when last time you talk to your dad, he'll call me whenever.
Well, here's the thing. Some people,
I know it's supposed to be parents check on their child, but it's just like if you want to have that
you're
relationship,
supposed to reach out, right?
reach out. If you worried about it too, but you still want to put up the front, it's not doing no good. And then you got the nerve to tell somebody
Else.
something else, and you're not practicing what you preach.
Right. Well, it's always like that. The outside looking in always can tell you what's going on quicker than the person that's dealing with it in the inside. Um, and it could be because she might have tried before,
Yeah.
and you could have asked them a different way. Have you ever tried to amend your relationship? And go from there and see what that answer is. It's not about contradicting themselves. I mean, that is like a you saying one thing and doing another type thing. Yes, and a lot of people do that.
See, I don't mind contradictory. It's just being
The
hypocritical.
Yeah, the hypocritical. So
Cause everybody gonna contradict.
and
But
everybody's a lot of us are hypocritical too, cause you
but
can't
that's what turns me off.
right. But you got to look at yourself. Are you hypocritical?
No,
What
because I always acknowledge if I mess up and my mistakes.
Well, you might, to them, you might say something and then you turn around and do what you say you don't do or you do
Yeah,
do. Or,
but that's contradicting. When somebody else do it, I understand that somebody else can do what they doing.
hmm
I'm not putting my likes and dislikes on somebody else. This is only me. That's why it's only contradicting. I'm
Okay.
not being a hypocrite if I'm worried about what you're doing. I'm not worried about it because I know that's whatever you want to do is what you want to do. So it's not on me.
hmm
And when I learned that concept, I understand that humans gonna contradict,
Yeah.
but humans have the brain power to stop themselves from being hypocritical.
Well, great point. I feel
Because it's
you.
almost like, well, I'm not gonna eat this. I'm not gonna eat this. Then I tell you, well, I eat all the bad stuff, and I tell you, don't eat that bad stuff. You know that stuff bad for you.
Right.
That's
And you.
hypocritical.
hmm
But contradicting is saying, I'm going to eat this. I'm not going to eat this bad stuff. And well, I got a sweet tooth. I'm going to eat it. That's
hmm
contradicting, and that's what made me realize the difference. And it
Right.
was just like, okay, it's something that's dealing with yourself that humor gonna go through. But being hypocritical is judging somebody else
Yeah.
situation and talking on with something that you know that's bad, and you still telling them stop doing this bad. It's almost like somebody saying that's smoking. Hey, stop smoking, little young guns.
Yeah.
I think I knew that the meaning early on, But I just didn't know it was hypocritical and contradicting though.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's just I don't know. It's just
Basic bottom line, you ain't ready.
yeah.
You ain't ready.
It's
And
now,
that's okay.
yeah.
That's okay.
It's like I really don't feel away. It's just like I'm still relaxed.
And that's great. You don't need to be. I mean, that's one thing that you don't even know. It might be your subconscious for me to letting you know. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. Don't rush. You know, this, that, and the other. Not only that, in the beginning of the bad thing you had with, this particular girl, I'm not going to even mention her on here. But going through that
Yeah.
is another thing that where you can tell that somebody that y'all was so close could be so vindictive and evil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And hatred, full of hate because of your actions, or you know what I'm saying. So it ain't I'm not faulting you of her action, but I'm faulting both of y'all because
No, I'll take the blame because I still did it unwillingly, knowing
yeah.
the end results or
But I told
paying
you in the
attention to
beginning.
the consequences. Yeah.
I said, whatever you do,
Don't cross the line.
don't cross that friendship line. Don't. And it wasn't because I was saying I didn't want you to be with her. I heard y'all every night.
Mm-hmm.
But I know when you have that good of a friendship with the opposite sex, it ain't going to be right. Especially at y'all age and going into that. You know what I'm saying? It could have been like a fairy tale thing. We was high school friends, college friends, and then, we got to, you know what I'm saying? Because you're different in those particular time stages. You're a different person. Mm-hmm. And you as a 16, 17-year-old boy, you don't even think the same as you do right now. You don't even do the same things as you do right now.
For the first time, I'm about to play the game.
Right. See? But also, you wasn't game crazy because it was a limit on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it all just goes on of what you were allowed to do and not to do. Yeah. And that's another thing. A lot of people do stuff because they wasn't allowed to do it, and now they're just doing it, and it's just, that's all they doing. They're not focused on what is right, or they don't have someone to confide in and ask or whatever. But you were put in a position to where you was raised by a village. Mm-hmm. You got opinions by the village. The village, though, respected the head, which was me. But that's because I'm strong-willed and I'm outspoken, and I wasn't gonna allow anybody else, regardless. It's okay for him to listen and get your advice, but be clear. I got the last say so.
Yeah.
So.
It's just, I don't know. It just be like, alright, I see that you, I don't know. I guess like hearing disappointed is like the worst word that you can say to somebody. Mm-hmm. Instead of like somebody being sad, mad. Mm-hmm. But hearing disappointed, it hits different.
And all that other stuff. You this, you that, da da da. Boom. I'm disappointed in you. Boom.
And it just be like, I don't know what to say.
Right.
But sad and mad, it's like, you really gonna be mad for that. Yeah. You really gonna be sad, but what can you say against disappointed? But it's just like, it's like, I admit, it's like, when I thought, I was like, yeah, I'm not really ready. Let me let her know. And like, I'm wasting your time.
Yeah. And that's good. I mean, she would thank you for it as she get older, or if she's a smart young lady, she will understand what she did because she's been there already. Yeah. That's the only reason why she understands where you coming from, because she already been there. Yeah. And you didn't waste her time. You know what I'm saying? You didn't just drag her along and be like, hey, the next time I come in town, I promise. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff.
I like to keep my promises. That's why I
I
don't make
promise.
them.
I mean, just from a woman's standpoint, point of view, when you trying to date somebody and they always breaking off and they promising they gonna do. I promise I'll do it the next day. And and some women, um, a lot of us, and I'm not, all of us pretty much, because I have done it. You waiting for this person to do right by you,
Mhm.
and they constantly disappointing you one after the other, and so we build walls up, and then you start self evaluating yourself,
Mhm.
and just a lot of things just come and play with that. So you have to be careful. I done told you once before. Be careful of what you do and how you do it with these women out here, because it sticks.
Sometimes I feel like I'm emotionally unavailable. And then sometimes I feel like I'm emotionally available. But it's like I pick and choose some days. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
It is you're not ready. Bottom line, let's again, you're not ready. This is about Chase not being ready to be in a committed relationship. Bottom line. So, let's get off of there. We've been on there for a
Investing.
long,
Let's
yes.
talk about investing.
What did we say that we were going to talk about this go around that we weren't going to get into? Was it investing? You don't even remember. We don't even listen. Sorry, y'all. I said we was going to continue this
It was
conversation.
something that you talked about. Oh, let's wait for the podcast. And I was like, let me write this down. I was like, all right, when I
Did
stopped,
you write it down?
I had 2 more hours to drive, so I didn't get a chance to.
Okay. Well, no. When we did the podcast on Wednesday, I was about to start something, and then I was like, "Oh, we can end it right now because your battery was low, and we was gonna pick it up today."
Dang. Oh.
I don't know what it is, y'all. We're gonna have to look back and see, and
Yeah,
have to do that the next one. So let's talk about investment now.
How investing been going for you?
I hadn't checked today.
You haven't checked?
No,
When
I
last time
didn't.
you checked?
2 days ago.
Okay, this was over the weekend, so
Yeah.
you still had whatever Friday
Right,
going on.
right. So I hadn't looked today, but I think I lost about $8 in Kroger's in my Aurora. I guess that's
Aurora Cannabis?
yes, my cannabis stock.
Yeah,
I know that was going down, but that's okay. I got my stimulus check. Hey, did y'all get y'all? um, I am going to be still investing and putting more money on there. And why I say that is because what I've learned and I understand terminology of investing, dollar cost averaging.
mhm.
And what that means is you will lose less money if you continue to invest in your stocks each month versus just putting a lump sum in. So if I do every month and you just put $1,200 in, I at the end of that year, I would have got more percentage gain in my stock than you because of the inflation, the up and down. Your 1,200 is gonna go up and down. Mine's gonna continue to go up because I'm not gonna put 1,200. I'm just gonna go, 1,000 and or 100 a month each month, and that way, as the stock market go down, it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter
Right,
you continue to
because
put
I'm
in.
continuing to put in.
Yeah,
So that's
I
what
always
you need
wonder,
to be.
I always wonder. I remember not always wonder. I remember having this conversation about that.
Right. So when I learned about it and I told you about it, it makes more sense now because you're investing. So
Yeah, because I know since I'm sorry to cut you off,
no, you're fine.
but since I've been investing 2 weeks, I invested in. I've been investing daily on different trades and stuff like that, and putting more money in when I get paid. Then I also got my stimulus check, so only put
I
up
was gonna ask you that
put
because
up
I did another search. So you
300.
did get 12.
Yeah.
Ain't God good? Did you
So I
say thank
put
God for the extra? No, just like,
no,
don't put God in. I'm sorry, y'all. I really
no, I just
feel
said
some type of way when people do that.
I
But
just said thank you.
yeah,
But
um,
and then I think I put like total probably like 550 in so far. Yeah, I
yeah,
only put 550 in.
that's good. Yep. So yeah, check our emails. Hey, we do have an email. What is our
Our
email?
email is podcasteye@gmail.com.
Podcast I to I gmail@gmail.com. I am challenging you guys that's out here that's listening to us. Email us again on topics and stuff that y'all want to hear us talk about, or also ask us questions of how we determine certain things. Like if you want to know how Chase was as a kid, or what kind of challenges that I had as a single mother, um, or things like that. Anything that is relatable to us and single parents. Again, dads are definitely welcome. I would really like to hear from you, single dads, of how you deal with like your daughters or some, not just your sons, because man and man is easy, but what about a son and the dad and the daughter? I would like to hear that. So give us some suggestions and some or topics or concerns or whatever the case may be. Email us so we can discuss those in our next our podcast. And yeah, I just like to hear that.
I'm kind of I feel bad for not remembering what we was gonna discuss, and I was like, let's say this.
Yeah, but we'll find. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it the next time. I promise. This time we're gonna go back in the footage on the last one, and
Yeah.
when Chase come home, we definitely gonna talk about that. Um, I can't remember myself, but we got so much going on.
Are you going? When's your next YouTube video?
Um, and yeah, since I had this Zooming, I was gonna do it today. I will probably do it tomorrow though.
I would like to help.
Yeah.
What time?
Um, I don't know. You wanna be on that YouTube with me?
I'm going to go over the triple L's and we're gonna
Oh
make
yeah.
slide.
But that's at 4:30, right? We could do it after you come back.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do it then. I want to talk about, we can do it together because I'm talking about the game that we played on Saturday.
Okay.
Remember, that's my
Yeah.
topic. We played a board game, all of us, the family, and it was in-home banking by Derek Grace. So that's what I'm gonna be talking about on my video. So
Very challenging.
we're gonna talk about what we thought about it. I want to get your opinion. You can ask me my opinion and just the concept with this board game. So I'm excited. I'm not gonna say anything else, so because I like to really not have a itinerary or anything. I just like to go and flow with it. Let the conversation, like we do this, and just let it flow. No script, no filters, things like that. So that's just me. I work best like that off the top of my head.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it, mother.
No, well, I told you about my investing thing. What about you? Besides you, the last thing you said, you only invest about 500.
Yeah. I invested. So far, I haven't invested over 30 companies, 30 different companies. Um, my last investment has been about um, Dave and Buster's and Hertz.
Mm-hmm.
And on my channel, which if you watching the video podcast, I talk about my growing portfolio, putting money into the stocks and taking advantage of the stock market right now since it's in the curve.
Mhm.
It's almost at the bottom,
Mhm.
and now I'm just trying to take advantage before it rise again. So I'm just constantly putting new money in stocks and just adding on top of it.
Okay.
The only thing that's bothering me is selling my Walmart stock.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's like I want to buy it, but it's like,
buy it.
is it gonna
Yeah,
get higher?
it's gonna get higher. Buy it. Now, let me ask you this: on with your 30 different companies, what are is this a mixture of?
Yeah. So I realized I have over it's 50-50. 50, 50 of them. I mean not 50. It's 15 of them don't pay out dividends. The other 15 pays out dividends.
Okay, well, let me say this. This is not that's not the portfolio I was talking about. So, what I'm going to do with you,
Mhm.
and we're going to do it together because I may change in what I want, the type of investor you are. Are you aggressive? Are you moderate aggressive? Are you moderate? So, it's different types of an investor, right?
Mhm.
So, I have, because of my learning community I'm in called my econ, um, this is part of the investment education that we get from my econ. Even though Chase is in, but he's not active, he gets it from me, but he supports me and he's on my team. So the next time you're home, I'm gonna send it to you though. This is gonna be like our second part we talk about. We're gonna do that invest that sheet where you answer your questions, and that determines it's going to tell you what your portfolio needs to look like. Meaning, you need so many stocks in this, so many stocks in that, da da da, and it breaks it down like that. So, this is something
I
that we
feel
can.
you want to know what went through my mind.
What?
I'm such a rebellious, like wow.
Hmm. Because with if you are an aggressive investor, you like to make money off the top. So those different types of stocks
But I
that
just
you
I
will
know.
have was gonna is gonna benefit you better than versus little mutual funds or anything like that because it gives you a pie chart of okay, so you need to have high yield stocks, low yield stocks. So now we're getting into the terminology
Mhm.
of it, which it helps me too to pick mine versus it just as well as help you. That's the reason why. Not I always do it for an educational
Mhm.
standpoint, so you can understand.
Mhm.
It's fine that you get rebellious and do it your way, long as you understanding the benefit of the investment in what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Now you can either take it and like, oh, okay, I see, or
Mhm.
then you say, well, I just rather do it this way. That's
Mhm.
fine. I'm not saying that you have to do it. I'm
Mhm.
doing it not only to
Just to see.
educate you, but to educate me as well, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah. I was just saying that was my first thought though.
Of course, it's always your first
Yeah,
thought.
like
Why? Yeah.
I was like, I'm already investing 4 years and I'm just taking advantage of the curve and I just. But it was just,
Well,
then again, it's like just I'm gonna also see what it is because I'm still learning.
exactly.
I'm still in the beginner stage.
Exactly. And that's part of it. With my mentor, Charles Thomas, that is has over 30 years. You know, he works for it over a year financial advisor. That's another thing he taught us. So, you know, give having that information is I think is good from an investment standpoint. So, to those that don't know,
And what is it called?
it is a um. If you want to ask me, I would have told you.
A
Yes,
portfolio identity.
investment portfolio, investment portfolio form. So yeah, just put it like that. Well, it's knowing what type of investor you are. And Paige has went over here and went to sleep. Thought you wanted to be in the camera, Paige. Oh Lord, here she comes. Lay down, mommy. You can lay down. But yeah, that's all I have.
Closing.
And closing, yeah.
Um, our I don't think I see. I admire how you give different perspectives instead of just being biased. And it's like, well, Chase, da da da. I see how you see it. Oh well, but it's like you give me perspectives to see it on both sides.
Yeah. You're supposed to give different angles and viewpoints of stuff. You don't want to be closed minded. Be open minded. You
Mhm.
know, um, and I think that's one thing that people, um, just prejudge you because of that. You know what I'm saying? Just open, just closed minded, and they just see one side
Mhm.
or one thing, and then just form their opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we're gonna be doing the investment portfolio, finding out what we talked about last
Mhm.
video.
And an update on what COVID-19 is going on at that point when you come home. Yep. And
And
remember,
it's
guys,
funny.
we're all in this
The
together.
reason why I'm only writing this down because I seen to how I responded to not want to get anything done. So I don't even remember. I really,
Your mind was just
right.
relaxed. And that's great. That's what it needs to be. I mean, you know, you can be mentally drained, you know? I think you needed that mental relaxation. Your body, your mind, everything needed to be, you know? So that's good. Like I told you, listen to your body. But yeah.
Well, that's it.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us.
We're about to do our TikTok
Yeah.
pretty soon,
Yeah, pretty soon. We're going to do our little TikTok thing.
and I'm gonna put it on both videos too.
Yes. So,
We'll see y'all later when I come back.
yes. See y'all in 21 days. We out this thing, y'all. Peace.
I knew she was gonna forget.
Yes. No, I didn't forget until I did it. Peace.
Peace.